Good morning, Liberty Kindergarten. Happy Tuesday to you. I'm glad that you're here with me today, and we are ready to get back to some learning. So we're going to start off our day with oral blending, where I say the sounds in words and then we blend them together. Then we're going to learn 3 new tricky words today. We're also going to practice the words that we've already learned. This is what I need you to do. I need you to have a pencil and paper ready so that when we go over our words today, you can make sure to write down any of the words that you don't already know, because I really need you to practice them. They're starting to get a little bit tougher. We only have a few more to learn this year, but it's important that you know them when you start school next year. So I would like for you to get pencil and paper ready so that you can write them down. If you haven't already done that, if you haven't learned them yet, so that you can practice them with your family when you're not watching the videos. So let's go ahead and we will get started with oral blending. If you remember correctly, we tap out the sounds and blend them together. If the word has more sounds than we have fingers, we tap through and then we continue tapping until we get all of the sounds out. So some of the words, well, one of the words we're going to do today has 7 sounds, so get your fingers ready. Okay, so the first word is, I'll sound it out for you. W-I-T-er. Whiter. Good. W-A-T-er. Water. Okay, did you get that? This is another word with just one change of sound. We'll do those in the beginning. So here we go. Waiter. Waiter. Right? Somebody who helps you at a restaurant is your waiter. They take your order. All right, here's one more. Later. Later. Good. I'm not going to do it now. I'll do it later. Another one. Lighter. Lighter. All right. Now these ones that we'll do have completely different sounds. They don't have it. We're not chaining these anymore. Here we go. Shower. Shower. Okay. Shampoo. Are you working these with me? Here's a long one. Sh. I'll do it one more time. Sh. Toothbrush. Very good. Soap-dish. Soap dish. And the last one. One more time. Washcloth. Good job. All of those were things to do with taking a bath, right? Shower and toothbrush and soap, dish, and washcloth. All right, are you ready to learn a new word? Okay, we've got 3 new words today, okay? The first word that we're going to learn is this word, okay? Let's sound it out the way that it looks. A-N-K-E. A-N-K-E. Does that sound like a word that you know? No, me neither. This is actually, that's how you would sound it out if you're just looking at the letters. And the reason that this is a tricky word, the word is actually once. What is the word? Once. If we were going to sound out or spell once, how we hear it, we would say once. Once, but that is not how we spell the word once. We spell it O-N-C-E. C-E. So this is just a word that you're not going to be able to sound out. You're just going to have to learn it. So make sure that you have this word written down on your piece of paper if you don't already know it. Some of you already know this word, but for most of you, this is going to be a new word, okay? So it's spelled O-N-C-E, and the word is once. What's the word? Once. You hear a W at the beginning, just like when you have the word one, right? But the W isn't really there. It's O-N-C-E, once. Say it with me again, once. And spell it with me, O-N-C-E spells once. Okay, once upon a time, there was a little girl who lived in the forest. Or, I once had a red dress. I don't have it anymore. Okay, so that's the word once. Let's put that up here. All right, our next new tricky word. Are you ready? This word. We see this word all the time when we're reading stories where there's conversation in the story. Okay? This word is the word said. Said. Now, if we pronounce it the way that it's spelled, it would be s-a-i-d. Sad. But that's not the word that it is. It's the word said. What's the word? Said. She said she was going to take me home today. She said we need to write down the word if we don't know it. She said we should practice that word. She said she would fix dessert to go with our dinner. Said. Spell it with me, S-A-I-D, and the word is said. Okay? Said. Mother said I could go out and play. Or sometimes when we're reading in a story, it'll say, he said, right? So maybe it says, let's go to the playground, Tommy said. Okay? Said. What's the word? Said. These are getting a little harder, I think, than the typical tricky words that we've learned. Okay? This is the word said. She said she was my friend. She said we could go out and play. Okay. Now, there's another word that's similar to this in meaning. Okay, and it's this one right here. This is the word says. Okay, if we pronounced it, it would be the A and the Y work together to say A. So it would be s-ays, says, right? Like say or day or may. But that's not how it's pronounced. That's why it's tricky, okay? This is pronounced says. She says she likes to hula hoop. He says he wants to go play outside. This is the word says. What is the word? Says. Spell it with me. S-A-Y-S. Says. Okay? So these are 3 words that if you don't already know them, you need to have them written down on a piece of paper and practice them. Says. So we have, let's read them again. We have once, said, and says. Okay? And these are words that you'll see often in stories that you read. Okay? All right, and let's review the other tricky words that we have. We're going to read the word and we'll spell them. If you don't know the word, when we're spelling them, you need to write them down. Okay? And then make sure that you're practicing those words with your older sibling or with a grown-up at home. All right? If we were in school, we would be practicing them. So you need to practice them at home, please. All right, so we have I. spelled with the letter I. Okay, there's no trick to that one. All right. Okay, then we have the word spelled with an A. We've been practicing these for a while now. We have the word the. Let's spell it. T-H-E spells the. So if you don't know that word when you see it, make sure you write it down. The. We have the word one, like the number one. O-N-E, one. What's the word? One. We have the word all, spelled A-L-L. Spell it with me. A-L-L spells all. We have the word word. Okay, spell it with me. W-O-R-D. Word. If you don't know this word, write it down and practice. Word. W-O-R-D. Word. Here's the word when. When. Spell it with me. W-H-E-N. When. When. W-H-E-N, when. We have the word to, T-O, to. From, F-R-O-M, from. If you don't know it, write it down. F-R-O-M, from. The word of, O-F, of. This is the word witch. Not the kind of witch at Halloween, but the kind of witch like which one would you like? Which day will we go to the pool? Which. Okay, it's spelled W-H-I-C-H. Which. Which. Here's the word what. What, spell it with me. W-H-A-T, what. What. What would you like to do today? What. We have the word so, spells S-O. So, and we have the word no, spelled N-O, no. So, and no. If you don't know those, write them down and practice. Okay, we have this word. This is where. Remember the E-R-E sounds like air. Spell it with me. W-H-E-R-E. Where. Where. Okay. And then we have the word why. W-H-Y. Spells why. Spell it with me. W-H-Y. Why. Okay? So those are all of the words we've learned so far. Make sure that you have them written down. If you don't know them, so you can practice them, and that will do well for you. All right, so let me show you what we're going to do today on Nearpod. You're going to practice writing a couple of the words that we've learned so far. We have the word one and the word once, okay? So they're very similar in the way that they're spelled, but of course they sound different and they have different meanings. One and once. So you're going to trace over the word, you'll write over it here, and you'll write the word there, okay? That's what you'll do on Nearpod today. So here's one page. Here's the next page. I'll read the words to you. Up here you have the words in your word bank. Okay, so let's read those together. This is the word which, once, and says. Which, once, and says. Okay, and I'll read the sentences to you. Number one says, Sam says no, but Beth blank yes. Number two says, I went to the shop blank. And number three says, blank glass is Anne's. And then the final page that you'll do today, here are the three words at the top. We have the words so, said, and won. And then number four says, that is what Trish blank. Number five says, the plums smell blank fresh. And number six says, Brad had blank chip. All right, so you'll do those activities on Nearpod, and then you will click submit, and that's all we have for you today. So tomorrow we will learn another tricky word, we'll do some more oral blending, and we will review some of the words that we've learned similar to today. Okay, we're almost at the end of Unit 9, so we're kind of condensing things so we can get through everything by the end of the year. So do your best to learn our words. Let's review these again. This is once, said, and says. And we'll see you back tomorrow. Have a great afternoon, friends. Goodbye.